Welcome back to the Brew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 249. And, welcome back. We got lots to talk about today. A great fall episode for you. Yeah, great fall episode. It's a lot of pressure to do intro with the music. I think it's
with the music
talk
rolling?
about. Yeah, it's like, okay, I got to have there's got to be an exclamation point to this. A punctuation.
Yeah.
So you could shut it off.
I've thought about tossing that in or whatever.
Ooh,
but
that'd be good. That's how we
just has the crescendo.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the air horn really blocks what the individual is saying.
Yeah, especially if I'm like, welcome to Brew Crew Podcast. We have unfortunate death to report. You don't want to do that. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, especially when you say unfortunate, like if it was like a grateful death.
Oh, if it was a fortunate death. Then,
Hitler died.
Yeah. Yes.
Like we got him.
We did. He was alive. We got him.
He was alive. Now. Yeah, he was hiding in Argentina.
He was.
No, but continue.
No. Tons to talk about. I did get your text about the Great American Beer Festival.
It's crazy. Look at here, folks. Look at it. I wish I had a Zoom command. He's got a notebook, two in a row.
I was going to send out questions, but I didn't think of it until this morning. So maybe for the next podcast, or actually 2 podcasts from now, I'll send you the questions like way early. Then I'll put them on Facebook. They're just like questions about just make up a beer. Basically, what I'm thinking is make up a beer title for this situation. And the situation could be a holiday. It could be just a general event, and so...
Because last week I really fucked up your game when we did Oktoberfest.
No, it's okay. It wasn't really a game. It was more just like a let's talk about this.
Because I said bloody wedding dress?
Yeah, something like that. I was thinking Hilarious. It has to rhyme with Oktoberfest.
Speaking of questions, I just got an email from a buddy, aptly named Matt, who I had to do a 136 questionnaire for his emotional quotient. So he's a to-do or something. 130. It took me like 25 minutes
for his EQ.
But it was nice because once you select the radio button, it automatically you didn't have to hit next. So it wasn't. It was just one click for each question. So it expedited it a little bit. But that's a lot to put on, and we don't work for the same company.
Oh my gosh! Why would somebody need someone else to do an EQ?
Because they want peers both in and outside of your own.
Oh, okay. I wonder what his EQ is.
And we've he's I've talked about these types of people before. Chuggler Orion's one of them. When this individual walks into the room, because I know a couple of them in life, everyone's gonna a high tide raises all ships. They're that high tide.
They're that high tide.
Everyone is better off knowing them, and just has that much more fun.
That's awesome.
So, and I know he's gonna give you shit. So, and he tries not to now. But I will just say, the Brewers won the division. The Cubs still suck.
No, they do suck. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not like I'm not the fan who's like in denial. Like, oh no, the Brewers suck. They won the division. The Cubs lost.
The Brewers aren't. If they beat the Diamondbacks, that would be a nice.
Yeah, that would be
the top 2 teams. There's
make it to the next level.
There's a gap between the top 2 teams in the NL.
Yeah.
The AL. I mean, who would have thought the Orioles? Who had that?
Yeah, not at the beginning of the season.
No.
Yeah.
But they've got, they took the Astros playbook from a couple years ago. They just got super young and super deep and rife with talent.
Yep. Yeah, they did. So I'm not the guy that's gonna give you fodder because that's just not my style. I can admit they fell apart. I thought that they were on track. And then they only won like 6 of the last 20 games of the season, and they fell off the map.
It still was a fart noise. Like the end of the season, usually like there was kind of nothing mattered the last day. There was nothing being decided. Now I was hoping for the scenario where the Marlins would have to go back to the Mets for that 1 inning of play.
Oh,
did you read it? Yeah, because
I heard about that. Yeah, there was a rain delay or something.
But baseball related. JT and I had one baseball bet this year, and it was on the batting average of the Luis Arias, who's the second baseman for the Miami Marlins, or Florida Marlins, whatever they are now, Miami Marlins. And we said that it would be a meal, and I thought, I feel bamboozled, I feel cheated a little bit, because it was up and down, and we would send each other weekly reminders. And he was precipitously going down, and then he got a boo-boo on his ankle. So he only played 1 game since in the last week and a half of the season, and he was trending downward. So anyways, I'm a man of my word.
It was trending downward.
This is why I got forks. I've got us a meal. I figured we.
We're doing that now.
You can have. It's still frozen, so I'll go warm it up. You just carry it. So you can either have, and these are little kid meals. But I
wish I would
figured,
have known, man.
You could either have the egg bite, delicious, or the chicken pot pie stew.
Wow,
I got forks, so I'm prepared.
I mean, I had a sandwich before I got here.
It's going to take me 20 minutes to go warm it up. You carry it. You just tell everyone.
I think we could save this maybe for another time.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Well, everyone has seen that I was willing to pay up the bet.
If you want to see me carry for 20 minutes, we can do that. Yeah, I appreciate that you had that. That's funny. So I actually didn't eat today, and then on the way here, I was like, I have to get something or else this is going to go bad. So I stopped at Speedway.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, I was going to go to Chick-fil-A, but the line was like insane.
Because this Chick-fil-A here is always...
It's crazy.
Always. Doesn't matter.
I know. The same one by my house, too. It's like, geez, you have to put aside an hour to go there. So I went to Speedway. I mean, I don't get Speedway gas because my brother-in-law told me it doesn't clean your engine. And you want gas that cleans your engine. So anyway, that's a side story. So BP and Shell, those are the ones. And Exxon. Anyway...
Oh, they must put some sort of additive or whatever.
Yeah, they put a fuel cleaner or something. Yeah. But anyway, Speedway does have a great store. Most Speedways are great shopping, like for snacks and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're...
They had hot chicken sandwiches in there.
Again...
Just like Chick-fil-A.
So, my Speedy reward points, I have almost like 50,000.
Yeah.
I will treat myself to a sandwich. Sandwich is 1,000. Oh,
and
okay. It's like a bottomless pit. Yeah. So, I don't go in and get 15 of them. I get 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was good. It was
It's
so hot, and I had to eat it on the way here, and I was like, just burning in my mouth. Hopefully I could taste the beer.
Just scarfing it down. So either way...
But it was good, but I might get diarrhea. That's my thing. You ever get diarrhea?
No, I like their breakfast...
their breakfast,
breakfast sandwiches. Not the biscuits. Those are too fucking dry when they come through.
I'm surprised you eat their sandwiches.
Why?
Because you're not a carb guy.
I just had some pretzels right before you got here. Right. Well, I mean, I avoid them. I don't actively seek them out. And I'm drinking beer.
You know what? This is a great question for the podcast.
Yep.
If you're on a low-calorie diet, let's say you're trying to cap 1,500 or something.
Yep.
And you've already, it was someone's birthday. It was your best friend's birthday, and you're like, you have to have the cake. So you're over already. Can you just go hard the rest of the day, or does it still matter?
No. I would avoid the cake because that's an easy avoid.
Well, yeah.
But so last year for his 40th,
I'm just saying in theory, if you pass your calories, are you just like, well, I'm over my goal, so I'm just gonna.
No, I'm not that hard. I'm just gonna balls to the wall because obviously beer is gonna be involved or whatever.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
So the first time I ate was when I got home about an hour before record, and I just popped open a salad.
Love salads.
The salad to go bags that every store has now are fantastic. Yeah, the problem is it's 4 servings, but it's 140 calories a serving. So math in public 400. 560.
Yeah. I need them to portion out those 4 servings of dressing. That's where the calories come from.
Yeah. See, most of the time
I'll just pour that shit on there. Most of
the time I just chuck the dressing.
Oh, you just eat plain leaves?
I'll just eat it dry.
Plain leaves, as we call them.
In fact, that's what I would do anyways when I was taking lunch to work. But I'm glad to close the loop on the bet. I'm glad that you laughed at that. Obviously, we're not going to eat a frozen meal.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was worried that I was disappointing you.
It's going to be fun whenever we get together and make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my winning bet.
Winning bet.
We talked about the Great American Beer Festival. It's crazy so I sent him a link, and it's the nice way to look because I don't care about who wins for whatever in Idaho or whatever. It was nice to do it by state.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I just looked at the whole list. But I found Surly on there.
Yeah, Surly won.
For a fruit beer.
Yeah, their Alta beer took, which was a lemonade shandy type, it took a bronze medal.
How do you feel about that?
I mean...
You ever have it?
No, there's probably...
it's a shandy?
Yeah, a shandy-esh. It's a fruit beer, but... They have 189 different categories.
Yeah,
there was 3 submissions. They just took last place.
Oh yeah. So all 3 won a medal.
Yeah, all three won a medal.
That's good to pick that. I find shandies impossible to pick up steam in my playbook. I'm just not. It's fine.
Nothing gets you excited.
Yeah, it's fine. But why would you go with anything?
I have 2 shandies on tap for today, so today's gonna suck.
Well, good. I hope that you change my mind. I hope you change my mind.
For the mole people, we're in October, and spoiler alert, we're not going to do any sort of October-inspired beer.
Yep. We are going to do Socktoberfest.
We're going to do
Which is
Socktoberfest.
the beers filtered through socks.
So,
from last week, we talked about it.
Oh, that's going to get...
Dirty socks, of course.
I hope it's... it's.
Would you rather it be filtered through a dirty sock of a very clean person who didn't exercise that day, or a clean
People
sock?
make money out of that. It's like girls that fart
disgusting.
in containers and send
God,
it to people.
Gross. But I feel like the laundry detergent, like residue, that's why your clothes smell good, because the laundry detergent doesn't wash completely off of them.
Yeah.
That probably would taste worse. I feel like if you wear it, well, I don't know.
I like cilantro, though, and people say cilantro tastes like soap.
Oh, yeah, I don't taste that. I like cilantro.
I like it. The other people that don't, because they say it's a genetic thing. Yeah. I don't know. Those people, and my wife included, I just say it's wrong, and you ruin my enjoyment.
I would like to do some EQ and IQ tests.
Cilantro and everything.
Two types of separate them by those two things.
Yeah.
And see if there's a difference.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one there.
What causes people... What is the... If it's a genetic thing, then there's got to be other genetic mutations or defects.
Because they'll comment below. We're going to make a bet. Stev has to like cilantro.
Stev likes cilantro.
Because he's a chef.
He's too good at tasting.
Just Chuggalo Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's my wife I know that doesn't. Chuggalo Craig. Who, by the way, Steph says is the Canner Boner segment guy.
And I'm pretty sure that's right.
And that's the bottom.
And I can't... it sounds right.
That's the bottom.
And that's the bottom. Also, before we get into the beer, because we've got some dandies today, episode 250 is coming this week. We're going to record it this week. 2 episodes in the same week. It's Sunday, so put an asterisk. But it will be out Sunday for your enjoyment pleasures. Wow. Hopefully... We've got some leads out there.
We've got some leads, and hopefully this will be an extended episode.
Yeah, it's probably going to be an extended episode. We're gonna bloviate for a while. I mean, it's us. Once you get us in the carriage house, who knows?
Who knows?
Indoor. Now with indoor plumbing, so now I don't want to leave. It's so
indoor
inviting.
Plumbing and inviting indoor plumbing like a urinal.
Can you fisheye? Because can I, like an hour or 2 hours in, can I retreat to the couch, but you still be awkwardly on the other side of the bar? And just like talk.
I know. I feel like maybe we should just do it from the couch. If it's just the two of us,
just the couch,
we could just sit on the couch like most. All these
and
other
just look like this.
do that.
Interesting.
How many podcasts are recorded from the couch? A lot.
Well, I thought typically
we could just have
like the same.
Or if we're gonna do a dual shot thing, which means the podcast probably won't come out till Monday.
Yeah.
We could just sit on the couch and have that be it.
The possibilities are getting up there.
Yeah. But if our leads work,
then
we'll be at the bar.
Our leads better work.
Our leads better work.
They say they don't listen.
They don't. I'm gonna say they don't.
Hoff never has, but I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much.
Anyway,
first beer.
Here we go.
Are you sure you don't want to claim your meal?
You know what?
I'll go heat it up.
Fine, let's claim it. Yeah.
No,
you
called my bluff. You called my bluff. No.
Well, let's claim it.
Yep. Which one would you have taken, the chicken pot pie stew or the egg bites?
Well, I love eggs. I think I would have taken the chicken pot pie. I just don't think that I want to take 2 risks in the same hour. So
we bought those. No, those are like when the house was being renovated and we didn't have a kitchen. We bought those for the girls.
Oh, okay.
So those were.
So
and we
egg
got
bites
a whole big box of them.
Just eggs.
I don't know. So those are just the only 2 that are left.
Okay.
So they've been sitting in the freezer for 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
So they're good, but climate controlled.
Yeah, climate control. They're frozen. If it's frozen, you can eat them.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell people. All right. So I can open beer. All right.
Did you see the new hack? I don't know why it's a hack, because who would ever have this over a bottle opener? But you can apparently open bottles with the eyelash crimper. It's like a bottle opener, basically. Built-in.
Those things are rigid enough where they don't bend?
Hardly. I don't know. I feel like the ones that our wives might own, probably.
Yeah.
But, Kim Kardashian's eyelash crimper is probably made of, like,
no, she has somebody
tungsten or something,
Someone doing it for
something really strong.
By the way, my ring's tungsten and it's broken.
Yeah.
So.
Same. I had a tungsten ring that also all the way through. Yeah, it was cracked all the way through. That was the same with mine. Remember when I lost it?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I was
here. You were here.
Both days.
I was also here for that.
Okay.
Both days.
Before we go into it, that's a great story.
It was cracked at the time. That's why I fell off.
We have 3 Floyds. This is what I'm going to call Cellar Mondays, because
wow,
I
Monday?
pulled this one from the cellar. This is one that I bought a couple of months ago that was in someone else's cellar, so it was in my cellar. This is called Molten Mirrors. This is a farmhouse or saison.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in at 6.6%, again from 3 Floyds. And just to give you some of the little bit of it, it's a saison style ale with peach juice, which really is your because you love peach, so I got this for you.
Thanks.
And natural peach flavor, so peach juice and natural peach flavor added.
What does that mean? Natural? When a lot
Just
of things
the
say
juice?
natural flavor.
Juice and then some of the non-juice, like pulp or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Both of it. So they're covering both of it. So like instead of flavors, if the juice is taken by like real lime or whatever like that, or real lemon juice, like an additive, they'll still pulp up the other stuff and sell it off. And that'll be some of where your flavoring comes from.
Oh, all right. That makes total sense.
I like the utilization of everything. So again, it comes in a bomber. So this was, I forgot to get the year on this one. So this one wasn't freshy, but as a farmhouse or saison, being a Belgian-esque style, it bottle conditions well.
Yeah, it does. Bottle conditions.
So when I saw peach on this, I was like, oh, I'm going to have JT choke this down with me.
Let's see if I can get that.
But again, from my cellar, so Cellar Monday. I'm going to start doing that in a little bit.
Sell her Monday.
Sell her Mondays.
That sounds like...
Yeah, it's very suggestive. We can't participate in that.
There's the art that you've seen now. You knew I was doing it. There it is. This is, of course, the Can Art Boner segment brought to you by Chudalo Craig. Thanks, Craig.
You're quick like flash.
Like a flash. Molten Mirrors. What does it say underneath that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just Molten Mirrors is the name.
Well, so this art is interesting.
There is an artist name, by the way.
Yeah, there is, and it's Jort. I can't really read that.
No, it's right here, right there.
Oh, it's in regular text?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, ZimmerDesign.com.
Or Jort. I mean,
look at that. What does that say?
ZimmermanDesign.com.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does this say 2016?
It does say 2016.
2016.
Or it says 2.16, but maybe the zero is a dot. So, boy, it looks like it's monks with really...
Well, that would check out.
Interesting, like, melted faces. Not melted, but, like, super wrinkly. And they're like, making a face that is like, they're, like, screaming, maybe.
Yeah.
And their intestines are... one guy's intestines are falling out. One gentleman's arm and head have been cut from his body. Another guy who is same situation. His arm, his hand, and his head have been cut. And then another guy whose half of his face has been cut. So, and in the middle there's a goat-headed. Well, it's 4 horns, goat-headed. Dominatrix of some sort. It's got boobs. It's got cleavage at least. But it's not the head of a human.
You gotta talk slower so I can look this stuff up.
Yeah, what do you think?
Boobs.
What do you think?
Cleavage.
Boobs? There's boobs there, right?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, there's boobs.
Yeah.
Men, right?
Yeah, right. Can't get enough of them.
Wherever those boobs wind up, they're fine. There's a what is that thing called? Like a reaper.
A scythe.
A scythe. Scythe.
Scythe.
Scythe.
SCYTHE. Scythe.
Being strewn about and that's where all the cuts are coming from. Very cool can art. And this dominatrix goat thing has jewelry, gold jewelry, bracelets and stuff. Like, wow, you took the time before decapitating these monks to really get gussied up. Get out your fancy bracelets and stuff. So that's nice.
That's nice.
Lots of religious imagery on this thing. And there's the Satan, the pentagram.
Pentagram. What you want to say is religious
Iconography.
Nice. Iconography.
Yeah. What did I say? Imagery.
Yes.
Religious imagery.
Symbolism.
It's not symbolism. This
Symbolism.
is legit. This is literal.
Symbolism.
There's like the thing that the incense go in. There's the
incense burner.
Yeah.
The chain thing, the swinging thing. Should've
There's
paid
so much
attention.
on here. Like I don't think I could cover it all. And some of the blood is purple. All the blood's purple. It's kind of interesting. Super cool, Zimmer. Nice job on the can art. That's the can art bonus segment brought to you by Chuggalo Craig. That's a wrap on that. Now,
I'm curious.
amazing smell. Amazing smell. I smelled it and tasted it before you had gotten to what it was. And I think that this is the most sour-like Saison that I've had. You could go either way because there is a little bitterness on the end that kind of represents the Saison, especially those farmhouse ones, which I think the farmhouse is a yeast reference, right? Some sort of yeast reference.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay,
and then it's supposed to be stable for a long time because
it's like natural yeast or something.
Yep, there's the date. This is bottled 2019.
Oh, 2019.
May of 2019.
So not that bad. Only 4 years.
Yeah, but this one being a farmhouse, or like it can last a long time.
Yeah, no, it has lasted. I really wish that I
really wish this would have been on Untapped. They only have 2020 forward.
You can create beers on there.
I should have already checked in though. I just went with 2020.
Well, it tastes great. I really wish I could pick out the fruit, the individual fruits that are coming out here. But I guess it's all peach. But I felt originally like there was more than that in here.
I want to help you out. I think it's a stone fruit.
You think there's stone fruit in here?
I think there's stone fruit.
Thanks for the assist.
To like balance it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's where you get that sharp tartness.
Yeah, the tartness. That's what I'm trying to pinpoint here. The peach comes through. And it doesn't do what Busch Light Peach does, which is suck. It is one of the better peach beers I've had. That's executed perfectly.
Totally stole what I was going to say.
Well, you could still say it.
Okay.
It is a deceiving Saison in the fact that you could confuse this with a straight sour. And the purists out there will be like, how could you? That's ridiculous. I'm telling you, you could.
Because we're drinking it 4 years after. There's not a lot of sours that could last for 4 years.
The smell, it's got a sour-like smell. It's just that there's just a certain like undertone of a sour, and this has a lot of it. Wow. For the execution is excellent. I don't know if aging it or holding it for a long time helped or didn't do anything.
That's what I'm curious about.
I'm not sure. But in the state that it's currently in 2023, I give this beer a 4.75.
God, we're fucking identical. Mm-hmm. Off the top rope, I have some new listeners from work that are wrestling fans that were listening.
Ooh, we talked a lot about wrestling beforehand.
And they said, we did talk a lot about wrestling, and they listened to the first episode that both of them listened to was from the Carriage House.
Yeah.
And then they asked, which one are you? Sorry,
what?
Stacey. They asked which one I was.
The voice?
No, we chat. We have a chat room essentially where we talk about wrestling from time to time. It's not my full-time gig.
What do you mean, which one are you?
They asked which guy I was.
In this podcast?
Yeah.
How do they not know?
Because they live in
never
DC.
heard your voice?
Yeah, they've never. So it's just a community.
I was like, man, I don't know.
So it's just called. Really... The room is called Wrestling.
Oh, nice.
So anyways,
I was in that room.
So we talk about wrestling, so it's just blending and gimmicks and stuff like that. And they're like, "Which one are you?" And I said, which one I was. And they're like, "Where are you?" And then they started asking questions. I was like, "You went to like 10%, 5% of our episodes are there." So then they're like, "We didn't know you were a Cubs fan." I was like, "I'm not a Cubs fan." Yeah. So
I wish
much
you were. We'd have so much more in common.
So much more to talk about. Yeah, but then if we just agreed on everything,
that
beer.
That would suck.
So just this beer and then everything else. Off the top rope, this beer is a 4.75. Dare I say, this is the best peach beer I know. Avert your eyes, your ears, and everything, JT. This is the best peach beer I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Because it hits that sour note. It covers up.
It does.
It covers up the peach is there. I agree. I don't get the pleasure from the nose that JT was talking about, but I can see where somebody, that taste is so much more there. So I don't know if it's just dead on the nose, but that taste is there. Where we've had some other questionable beers that I've purchased, bulk purchased or whatever. This is not one of them.
Nope.
I would pay the price point that was on this bottle now, and I would pay more knowing that because I want to have this experience again. The only reason I want to have a fresh, this is a current beer for them. The only reason I want to have the fresh experience is just to compare it. But I think this is going to be better because if that is better, it would be mind blowing because I don't know what you would do. Maybe put a little bit more of a nose on it. When we poured it, not much head. That could be the beer glasses or whatever, our Schlitz small pours. But this is freaking delightful. I pride myself on knowing a lot about Three Floyds. That's why we're not doing too much about the website. Check it out. They're from Munster, Indiana. Dark Lord, which. Put a push pin in that. Did you put an offer in on that?
No.
I was going to put in an offer for $400 for that vertical.
I mean, we can go in on it.
He was taking orders by Sunday.
Oh shit.
So
things got in the way.
I was researching and I almost pulled the trigger. So my next thing is I'm coming in that time of the year where I'm starting to do a little more bottle sharing and stuff like that, like this. I'm after Wales. I want to start paying a little bit more money and putting stuff in either in the cellar or like 3 fonts or whatever, like a cotillion or whatever, like stuff that's going to cost. I'm interested. I'm at that point right now. So if you know something, put it down below in the comments. Give me a referral code or whatever like that. Where you get your back scratched, I'll pay whatever. But like that's why I do the Reserve Society for like I want it to be shipped to my house. I'll pay whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just easier.
I agree.
Hunting that stuff down.
Pay whatever. Yeah, with reason. For now.
Yeah, but off the top rope, 475. We're in congruence with that. This beer is absolutely delightful. I did because the guy I got it from left the price tag on it. This was a $20 bottle. 2019 when he bought it. So wow. I'm gonna guess 24, 25 or whatever. But well worth it.
Well worth it.
And he sold it to me at a discount. I'm tempted to Google or message him to see if he's got more of that. So
awesome.
Beer number 2.
If he does get it.
What's that?
If he does get it, I wonder if there's other flavors
of Molten Mirrors.
Yeah. No, just all peach every year.
Yeah, they don't do their adjuncts like that. So they would change. Like if it would be a blueberry saison or whatever, they would change the name.
I don't think I've ever had a saison from Three Floyds until now.
Oh really?
Have we? If I did, it was with you, so I'll look through your own.
I'd have to check. So, anyways, going with the OGs.
The OGs.
So, at least ones that we've appreciated, and these guys are going to be up and comer. I mean, they were Anchorage. I don't know why I'm rolling it because it's not a roller beer, but this is replaced. I got this from our friends at Hall's. You're going to love this. It's a double Niepa. Double New England.
Wait, you got a double? I got a triple.
Good. I'm glad we didn't open it because I screwed it up and. No. That's fine.
Hey, anyway, Anchorage. I could keep talking while you do that. Anchorage is a brewery we've done multiple times. I believe they were Matt's either newcomer of the year or brewer of the year last year.
49th state was my beer of the year. Okay. And they're only a couple miles apart. Okay, good. My beer fridge was off. Okay, so this is replaced. It's a
still great. Can art wise.
Oh, I thought you were like still got me the wrong one.
No,
this is a double Niepa, double New England IPA, brewed with Nectaron, Strata, Nelson, Sauvignon hops. Comes in at 8.4%. We'll go with the crack.
Oh, I thought it was prime. I thought it was. Come on, Anchorage.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. That was
perfect
in stereo.
All right. Yeah, I mean, from a can art perspective, both of these are amazing, and both by the same individual, Massive Face. Which I think the last time we did Anchorage, I had recommended to Massive Face to reach out to Topps, the baseball card company, to get involved in the baseball card reproduction.
Yeah.
Was that, I don't know if it was Anchorage that we did that with, but an amazing series of cards from Topps was like these recreations that other artists like did their take of, like the Griffey rookie card, the Mark McGwire rookie card, Jackie Robinson, and etc. This the way this art is, like, it's so good, and it's always good on Anchorage cans. Same thing with Three Floyds. They should get involved in that. And the McKellar artist, gosh, what is his name? I can't remember off the top of my head, but he did a bunch of cards.
Interesting.
Yeah, McKellar's artist is Fucci, I think. Fucci? Fucci. I'm going to look it up. Maybe not. But anyway, I think that all of these great artists should get involved with McKellar. We should get involved with Topps. McKellar artist. Let's see. Artist. And that is... come on. Show me the name of this guy. Keith Shore. Keith Shore. Great artist. And
I feel like you've
all
said
the
it,
cards all the cards that Keith Shore has created look like McKellar cans.
Really?
Yeah, like the faces and everything. Really cool. Even some of the hats look like, how they have like those pilgrim-esque hats on McKellar models?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with the cards. It's really cool.
Wow.
But I think that Massive Face should get involved in that. So please, Massive Face, if you're listening or watching, do it.
I realized the last 3 minutes I was going to be absolutely dumbfounded looking. So if you're watching us on YouTube, one, thanks. Two, I apologize for the last 3 minutes because I got hit with an epiphany that I had to write down and still actively listen to JT.
Appreciate that.
And figure out that I did these beers in the wrong order. Originally, when I knew it was peach. I didn't realize it was going to be a sour. I thought it was going to be a much more subtle. So I should have done a bleach paired with that just to like do it either or. Cool. But I feel like the palate is wrecked a little bit for this replaced. And if you know, in the local area here to Dayton, Anchorage is a lot more prevalent, but it's coming in at a $4.50 north price point for a lot of this stuff because there's a lot of the shipping of it, but even co-located at the brewery or West Coast, Anchorage doesn't give you any breaks on their price.
Damn. I didn't know that it was that pricey.
So, well,
I appreciate you sharing it.
But you're at, like I said, you're at a $4.50 north price point. So it's not.
Some of those are. Really,
it's not like the shorties that we've bought before, like $80.
Oh yeah, right.
Chuggalos Phil has bought before.
$65.
But still, and we've done that. But these, come in $45 for a 4-pack, which is fine. We have no problem. It's just, I'm wondering if I retarded my palate enough where I'm not getting everything that I should from this. Well, plus it's in New England, so it's a throwaway beer anyways. I like how you wash it down with the water.
Yeah, clean the tongue with a Miller Lite. And now, take a new sip. Let's see.
The thing I was writing down, and I'm going to save it for next week or this weekend, because I think it's a massive idea. I think there's a way to do it. I'm going to need to talk with JT, but it's going to be a lot of meat and potatoes that I don't want to spoil on this. But we're going to do it. It's going to be a big thing for 250.
Meat and potatoes.
There's
nothing special, right?
There's a program I want to start doing.
A program?
Yeah, because it was brought up to me a couple of weeks ago, and I don't want to tip my hand a little bit, that some people find it challenging to listen, knowing that it's going to be challenging for them to get the beer that we're drinking. So it's tough to participate.
Ooh, where it's
different, like the Advent calendar is participatory.
Yeah.
So I have an idea.
Ooh, I like ideas. Okay. Ideas are good. All right.
But on 250 it's going to be... You get... Oh, yeah, now I beat you.
Oh, no, you didn't beat me. I got up and then I sat back down. Replaced. There we go. I don't want to spin it too fast. Might get some complaints about the speed at which I spin.
I think I'm very close to putting a better webcam on that instead of just using the integrated one. I'm close. There's a couple of things I'm looking at.
I could bring one. It's supposed to be 4K, but it never looks that way.
Yeah, because now that I have the splitter and I can do all the all the technology and stuff.
So this is the Cannon Burner segment brought to you by Chuggalo. Craig.
I do have our scores from Personal Space, where we gave Personal Space. So it's been sitting in the fridge because I bought them both at the same time.
Oh, okay. We got the burps. It's all that Speedway chicken sandwich.
Oh, really? On top of peach? So it's really...
No, it's not coming up. Okay. It's just, I don't know where the burps
are. Well, a burp comes up.
It does. I mean, the taste of the chicken sandwich. I was just saying that was the cause, but it's probably not. I was just trying to make a joke. So this is a individual in a gas mask, and under it, I don't know if that's a reflection or within the eyes of the gas mask, there's a red reflection, kind of like a sun-like reflection. And then he's got the canister on, so he's obviously in the midst of the shit, whatever it is. He's got his hood up, like Mr. Robot, and or the kid from Mr. Robot, the guy.
Sorry, Stacey.
And he's wearing a trench coat. But he's also wearing a backpack. You could barely see it, but there's a backpack there. It's one of those backpacks where there's like a flat top that comes down over the top.
messenger bag.
Yeah, like a messenger bag, yeah. So I'm not sure. This guy's sending a message, got a flashlight on his chest. Looks like he's wearing quite a nice sweater underneath that trench coat, but you can't really tell. But it's got that crew neck, like elastic neck. Nice and tight. I like a good secure neck on a shirt. I don't like droopy necks. Droopy necks suck.
Or like what do they call it? Bacon collar.
Bacon collar, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. So that's the can art. And, there's also a window, and in the window, but there look maybe an alien in the back. That might be why he's wearing the gas mask. And there's trees behind the alien. Really, just cool dark can art. Now the other one, the passive, what was it?
Personal space.
Personal space, not passive, because I'm thinking massive face.
Yeah. Personal
space had a cool ghoul on it. Anyway.
Cool ghoul.
Cool ghoul. Maybe that's what I'll be for Halloween this year.
And do you already have your Halloween costume picked out?
Oh. I wish I did.
See, this is what I do, and I think that we've talked about this before. You've got to write them down, because you'll have like an epiphany in May, and you're like, this is the greatest thing ever. I will remember it. And here comes fucking October, and you're like,
I never had a good idea.
I'm gonna put a sheet over my head.
Yeah, maybe I'll put a sheet over my head.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just be something simple like a guy, generic man.
I could go with. Did I show you? I didn't send you the video. Maybe I did. My daughters. I wore the Randy Macho Man Savage to the job, and I had my daughters wear it, and I was like, just do ooh yeah.
Yeah.
And they did, and the girls did that. And I sent it to Papa and Grandma.
I didn't know that there was apparently a rumor that Macho Man had an affair with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, when she was 14.
Oh, I heard 17.
Yeah, no, it was
still illegal.
Far younger. Yeah.
Far younger.
Yeah, and that was part of his dismissal or whatever, and that's one thing that is. You will never see a dark side of the ring of it, because there's only two people that knew what went on, and one of them passed away.
Randy Savage and Stephanie McMahon.
But the fact that
could you imagine?
He was Sarah's. A lot of the narrative was WWF didn't see him as a wrestler anymore, and he wanted to wrestle still. Very similar to what just happened with Edge. So that's where we are in the world right now, and
mark the time.
And
got his song too.
Macho Man went to WCW and had an amazing run there that would rival a couple of his years with the WWF. And I would say the Piece de la Resistance was his run that he had with DDP, where he put DDP over. And there's a bunch of great stories from a bunch of great storytellers like DDP that come from that time, where DDP,
I want to hear that.
Talk about Randy Savage electing to put Diamond Dallas Page over. And Diamond Dallas Page didn't get into the wrestling business until he was 38.
Oh, wow.
So he started as an active wrestler. He was a manager. Like, he was the manager of Razor Ramon as the Diamond Stud.
Okay.
So, again, this is why you tune in.
This
for
is
all
why
the wrestling.
Just awesome insight.
The wrestling knowledge.
Where do I hear these stories?
Oh my God, there's so many podcasts. You just got to piece them all together. Otherwise, listen to me. I know we're divisive people, and we're going to bring this up every time. And JT and I actually talked about this during, some people love it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
We got to cater to all.
That's part of the show. It's part of the show. You got to listen to it. Wrestling, sports, whatever.
Yep. Beer.
Beer, you got to listen to
the culture. It brings us all together.
It's what beer is all about. You don't get together to drink beer to just like silently sit together. You got to talk about something.
Yeah. If this guy played Magic, we would talk about Magic. Or
Yeah,
like
we
if,
would,
you know,
but I don't.
if I was into card collecting, we would talk about card collecting.
Yeah. I mean, I still bring it up.
I know. I just wish
Like I
could
just
add
did
more.
with McKellar.
Well, we
Keith
could talk
Short.
about just card collecting in general because I've got some cards that
I
are
mean,
worth,
Post
you know,
Malone's a big Magic guy. He just
Yeah.
bought one. A
$2.6 million.
Big price on that one. That's
The one ring.
you're starting to
They
get
printed
up.
one.
You're starting to get up with the baseball cards there.
Yeah.
And there's not just one of the, Honus Wagner or the Mickey Mantle rookie. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Which means that Magic card might actually start to exceed. So there's only one.
Yeah.
Only one.
Again, and he won't. Did I say this? My best friend turned 40 last year, and his birthday card was, or his birthday card. Yeah. His birthday gift was the card that's marked the bane of our existence from playing Magic together for 30 years.
Oh.
But I got him a beta edition of it,
Oh,
in
okay.
pristine.
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
You get a PSA certified, PSA graded?
Yes.
This is a good. Yeah, you want to get that.
Yeah. It's a 9.5.
I've been getting more graded cards.
Yeah. And that costs a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that you just hide from the missus. Mm-hmm. The in-laws listen, though, so I can't.
Well, I mean,
I can't divulge.
Logan Paul wears them around his neck.
The car. Oh yeah.
He wears the Charizard.
Oh well, that's
PSA 10.
yeah, tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
spend.
yeah.
No, this was hundreds, but
Randy Orton has an awesome story about one of his friends from home who...
maybe we can hear this.
Yeah, maybe we can hear this. Who basically, bet the farm on Charizard. And obviously won. Obviously won the bet. He cashed out his retirement and everything. Randy Orton will tell the story, and it has paid off in droves.
I don't know what the Charizard is at now.
So much. The original Series 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Is just
And I was
so much.
I was actively playing at shops when Pokemon came out, and
Right.
all that stuff was easy to pick up.
I was going to baseball card shops when Pokemon came out to buy baseball cards, and it was cents.
Yeah. So
Cents you could have bought this shit.
So
it sucks looking
I
back on
remember
stuff
because I
like
still have a few pricing guides.
that.
This is great stuff to talk about, like woulda, coulda, shoulda. But
Yeah.
when I started playing, the Black Lotus, the most expensive card in Magic was $280, and
that
to me
awesome?
that was
Isn't that awesome?
and now it's $55,000
Yeah.
or $250,000
Because
depending on
people
the
grow
rating.
up,
Well, no, COVID exacerbated this.
Yeah.
The nerds have the nerds, the geeks, whatever you identify. I identify as a geek, but outsiders call us nerds. There's a difference. We have the money
I
now.
think you're a geek.
We have money.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem spending $40 on a 4-pack.
These are the Corvettes.
And still save.
These are the Corvettes of our time.
Yeah.
Whereas our parents got to this stage in their life and bought some stupid car or something.
Yeah.
Where we're buying collectibles mostly.
As my best friend says, people, they see how much that he spends on Magic. One, he's way above water. He plays it like the stock market too.
Yeah.
But two, we get to play with it. Like a car, you take a car out and you devalue it.
Yeah.
There's there's Lamborghini Miras and stuff like that appreciate or whatever that are worth multi-million dollars.
Yeah.
But Magic, for the most part, is going up.
Yeah.
Not every card or whatever.
Same thing with
that,
sports
but
cards.
Yeah.
It's just going. You've seen. You get more.
And
out
people
of it.
pay for it, and it's only worth what people will pay for it. People are paying for this stuff.
They are. They're paying for it. There's a lot of worthless shit out there too.
Yeah.
So you do wind up wasting money sometimes. But I just looked through my collection, and I found 2 Luis Arias autographs that I had totally just put in a box somewhere.
Fuck you.
Who was he? Who is he? No one. 2 batting titles in a row now. We're talking.
I wish I could have audibly.
That would have been great. So I got 2 of those. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Autograph cards.
I'll buy them from you.
I'll go ahead and
how much are they?
I'll go ahead and send them to PSA. Depending on the grade, I'll let you know.
Okay. If they're $5,
They're gonna be 10. They're gonna be 9s or 10s.
I'm gonna rip them up, and are they gonna be worth 3 figures?
Oh, they're already worth 3 figures raw without getting graded.
I
think they're in the 200 range, 250 range.
It's almost worth the cringe to just rip it up and throw it at you and make you eat a frozen meal on the pod.
I mean, it's worth the cringe for you, but I basically lose money on this deal.
Where are you thinking about going?
Where am I thinking about going for breakfast? Oh, yeah.
No. I went back and checked the email because I wanted to see if I could get away with this little shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
It's any meal.
Oh, any meal. Well, nothing crazy. It's something fun.
What do you mean?
Like I don't. We're not recording it. Not price. It's. I want to have. I want to have the most fun we can have. And if that means that we go to Chuck E. Cheese, fine. If that means we go to somewhere else, fine.
We're going to Katie's place.
Katie's place?
Yeah. Do you know what Katie's place is?
Is that the Carriage House?
No, it's a burlesque bar.
Right is it?
Yeah. It's.
Oh, all right.
But it's like where the strippers go. They take 10 years off. They think they still have it, and then they go to the place.
Oh, okay.
It's a little sketch.
They take 10 years off.
Yeah. Well, they reflect a little bit on,
yeah. They need some time to find their diet.
Yeah.
And by diet, I mean...
Steph is going to listen, and he's going to say, we've had double-digit... We didn't even have a double-digit beer.
No, we're not drunk. This is just normal conversation.
We're just riffing off each other.
Yeah.
This is why, the two-man comedy hour could go. But this is where we appeal to...
Two-man comedy hour. Ooh.
Two-man comedy hour.
That'd be good fun.
Alcohol laced. See, we just got to time our drinking better because, again, dead air is bad. I'm starting to notice that a little bit more in podcasts. By the way, if you haven't listened to the Smart List podcast, those guys are fucking hilarious. Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will
Arnett. My mom listens to that. Juggalo Mom listens to that.
She does?
Yeah. She told me to listen to it, and I haven't yet.
I think my Roomba's going to go off.
Typically, I listen to music, and then every once in a while, if Joe Rogan has a good guest on, I'll listen to that. And then that's about it, really. Sometimes political stuff, but it doesn't matter. Really, what matters is that was the Can Art Boner segment brought to you by Chuggalo Craig. Thanks, Craig. All right, so now that is done, the Can Art Boner segment. Nice long Can Art Boner segment today. So that doesn't come.
Oh, really? We just really talked about.
So I could really get into a really quick review. I could do it off the top rope if I wanted to, but I won't. Okay. I don't know if you're tasting the same thing that I'm tasting here, but this double IPA is, I had to make sure it was DIPA and not something even
double New England IPA.
Double New England. Where does it say that?
8.4. I I looked it up online because I don't look at the
It does have that New England tinge to it.
Yeah.
However, it's a little more bitter. It's a little more
acrid.
Acrid. Oh, good term. When I think of acrid, I think of a witch's face.
Yeah.
Is that right? Acrid? Very acrid.
Maybe repulsive.
Yeah,
warty.
Repulsive. Oh, warty. So this beer's got a little warty flavor to it.
But wort is not something to be confused when you're talking about beer flavors because part of the uncooked beer is called a wort.
No shit.
Yeah, not W-A-R-T, W-O-R-T. Wort.
Oh, wort.
Wort.
That's awesome. That's good knowledge. Uncooked beer.
That's awesome. That was the least awesome thing.
No, that is awesome. I did not know that. I like new information.
This is what JT said with his. That's awesome.
Here's the thing. It's hard for me to learn a totally new thing that I've never known before.
Yeah.
I like to watch documentaries, but they're all on things I know about somewhat. Like I just watched one on Lewis and Clark. I know some of Lewis. Just teaching me a couple things I didn't know. But wort, I didn't know anything about that. That's cool.
Yeah, sometimes
uncooked. What does that mean? Uncooked
you can tell because it's not completely cooked down to where it is before you put it in the. But speaking of JT's love of shows and shows, you can tell because JT talks about this all the time. JT's TV show for the end of every week of the podcast is so I should think you should get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
That'd be the JT
Listen,
version of that show.
if you haven't seen that...
Yep. So I think you should get the fuck out of here.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
Come on. I swear to you.
I think you should leave,
the next time you... Yeah.
JT's version is so I think you should get the fuck out of here.
I think you should leave, and if you haven't already seen it, you have to watch it. It's amazing. It really is a homage to the old comedies of the 2000s, the aughts.
Yeah.
The Step Brothers, the Anchorman, the quotable comedies, but in this show, every line is quotable.
Yeah.
You can bring it into your daily life. Steph has a tattoo of the show. I'm gonna get a tattoo of the show. Different tattoo. We won't have matching tattoos. It's gonna be amazing.
Because if he ever does that, it'll be the JT version of the show. So I think you should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. Just amazing, but I just can't find a good show.
Yeah.
Lately. What are you watching?
Billions is the only active show right now.
I'd like to watch that. Is that Showtime?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I have it. I could.
Yeah, you have it. I know you have it. I have typically just been putting
Otherwise,
background
foundation.
noise on. So wrestling, and I watched all 7 seasons that are available of Alone in the background. Just had it on.
They just finished the 11th season.
Yeah, well, I don't think Hulu has that many.
Oh, gotcha.
So I watched the 7 that are available.
I won money on the latest season of Alone.
Oh, yeah?
I was the last one to pick my horse.
Don't tell me who wins.
I was the last one to pick my horse, and I won.
Now I was gonna. I'll admit, Real World, man, there's some gas there.
The first horse picker from this last season, Chuggalo Mikey's wife, her individual she picked made it 14 days. First person gone.
Oh, 14. That's good.
Yeah.
Longer than normal. I love the guys who are like, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm so good, and they're out like within the first 45 minutes.
It's important. Like the dual one, the guy twisted his ankle or whatever, and they came and got him.
Yeah.
You know where? Because you saw that.
Yeah, the dual one. Yeah. I saw
that
that one. I like to put myself in that situation, and I think I could do the Alone part.
Yeah.
But the wilderness part, I'm just not skilled enough.
Like
I want to be, but I can't. I'm not.
JT could be by himself if you deliver a pizza and a 12-liter of Diet Pepsi every day.
Me? I don't do that. That's not my character.
But no, I'm just saying. You said you could do the Alone part, but you couldn't do the wilderness part. How are you going to eat? It's the wilderness.
Oh right, I could fish and stuff, but I just I don't think I could. I have the knowledge that allows people I would try to build a cabin that's way too much, and I would expend. You know how they talk about all the calories and stuff. I wouldn't be thinking about that. There's just knowledge that you have from being a survivalist that I wouldn't have.
So if you would put a playhouse,
I want to build a 3-room cabin.
If you put a playhouse out in the middle of nowhere and stock it with firewood and promise that JT would get a pizza
I can get the firewood. I'll get the firewood.
You'll get the
it's
firewood.
just there's just certain. I'm not talking about the main aspects of survival. I'm talking about the things that people like me, normal people, don't think about, like how many calories you're burning, and I'll use them all and then I'll die out there, because I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna build this cabin in day 1 instead of fish or whatever, and then I really don't so the one guy, I don't know, season.
Here lies JT. He qualified his death.
Season 5 or 6, yeah, I did too much. Season 5 or 6, the guy kills that muskox.
Yeah,
and he walks back and forth, 0.5 miles every time. Walks 6 miles.
Yeah.
Just getting,
you've seen
whatever,
it. So he scraped the
6 pieces back to his cabin, and he's
massive
still got
pieces.
a ton of stuff left. And it's I wouldn't really know. I can't butcher. He was already a knowledgeable butcher. The killing part to me would have been he got it and then he stabbed it. There's a follow-up to the arrow and stuff. None of this stuff is stuff I'd know. I would just wait for it to die, and I'd wind up losing it. He went up and just killed that thing.
Yeah, and
no spoilers, obviously.
Yeah,
spoilers here.
He's the longest survivor.
Oh, he could last 100 days. Was not. He could have. I think that he
was almost out of
just
food,
starting to think about his
because
aloneness.
He didn't have fat, and you need fat.
Yeah,
he ate all. That's why he was scraping the nostril. And
oh man, so great! What a great season. That 100-day thing was perfect.
Yeah.
But anyway, Alone's great.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been watching too many. I watch trash now.
I think you should get the fuck out of here.
No, that's not trash. I watch Blind Love or Love is Blind. I just watched this show called Too Hot to Handle, and that show
you just want to turn
phenomenal.
Off. We watch Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. I watch Hell's Kitchen. That's a great.
He
great
could
show.
not get away with saying that. And this
Hell
was
no! You watch season 1, you're like, holy shit, dude, you're canceled.
Yeah, you're calling females a cow and stuff like that. You couldn't get away with that.
Yeah.
The word fag got brought up a couple of times in 2010.
Hardcore.
It's like how you say the best show of this century, arguably. I mean, there's a couple up there, The Wire and stuff like that. Let's go just comedy. You would say
comedy.
The Office is up there.
Yeah, it's up there. Comedy.
You couldn't make it today, it's in our it's in our vernacular. That's what she said. Everyone knows that you couldn't make it today, and we're not that far removed.
You couldn't. It would have to be an internet show. It would have to be on a very
And no
I
one
guess
complained.
YouTube only.
And no one complained when it came. There wasn't, people with pitchforks and
Right.
no.
Nope. People loved it.
Stev, you're gonna have to Google what The Office is. Because
It's before your time.
Yeah, Stev was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And I'm not that far off because I think 2006 he
Was
graduated.
that the first season?
I wish I had. Some people, like some of the podcasts or whatever, have Alexa or whatever in the background. That's something maybe we should
I don't
have,
think we should do that.
No?
I like speculating and let people correct us in the comments.
Came out in 1842.
1842 is similar year to when my house was built, but not really.
A similar
years
year.
later.
Yeah. It,
Has the same century.
okay. Yeah, the house I grew up in was.
And that's cost me money. Being built.
Houses cost money. Yes.
I didn't know this, but the whole perimeter of my house basically is one big pipe. I had a plumber come by today because I had a flooded basement, and
Again?
Yeah. Not as flooded as the first time. This was just a corner. It was like the corner was flooded.
So your kit's fine though.
Kit's fine. Oh, kit's. Oh no, kit's not getting touched. It's like my pride ownership. That and my baseball cards. Those are the only things I'll run down.
We're a lot of detours today, but a lot of vital things because it's our hangout time too. So go fuck yourselves. But why don't you put the kit in the top of the stairs in the carriage house in that out room?
Because the kit would be too loud.
Oh,
it needs to be
muffled.
buried in the house to a point where
because
you might hear it outside, but you won't hear it loudly. The carriage house. There's insulation in the ceiling of the second floor, but nothing between the first and second floors.
Gotcha. Because you could put up like egg. Oh, gotcha.
So it would just come right out the door.
Even if you put up like egg crate or whatever.
I could put up a lot of egg crate. I could do that. That's a lot of work though, and that changes the aesthetic out there. And you seem to think the aesthetic was coming along.
Well, yeah, but I judge it on the room. I don't judge it on that out room. I mean, you could make that, because that's a throwaway space right now, anyways.
No. I've added to it since you've been there.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I put up two more shelves, and I put up.
Did the sex swing go in there now?
Some art prints.
The sex swing.
And the Cubs World Series picture.
Did you oil it?
And the sex swing. Also the sex swing.
The sex swing.
Which remains unused.
Yeah.
It's a museum piece, really.
Please put on this Bosset.
Yeah, so the drum set is not touched, but the guy came around and said, like, it's not even allowed anymore. But what they used to do was the pipes used to just go straight down from where they were in the house to a big perimeter pipe. And the perimeter pipe would funnel to the sewage system. Yeah. And that's what's going on in my house. So it's not even allowed anymore. So one little thing got clogged up. And I don't know what by. But he got it out. I tried snaking it, couldn't get it. He snaked it in like 5 minutes, had it done, had it cleaned out.
Does he just have a really?
But his
really
snake is like
snake?
He said his snake cost $700.
Yeah, so
mine
like
costs like $40.
So like the snake that we have, like they've staked this because we had a question. We just put in too modern of a toilet, and they're on the same down pipe. So this toilet takes water from this toilet. So even though this toilet doesn't flush, you flush
like
this toilet 5 times.
Pipe or something.
Yeah, so it's just ready. I can show you. It's awesome podcast material, but it's just first world problems.
I mean, this happens if you have an old house, you understand.
Yeah.
There's shit that happens, and you're like, "Fuck! I just spent $160."
Yeah, to have someone come, but those snakes they come on reels.
I mean
it's a fucking reel.
His snake was unaffordable by peons. You need to be in the business to have this thing. Anyway, this beer has a viscosity to it. It has a tongue coating quality to it. It is almost like IPA syrup, in my opinion.
I gotta go back to the peach.
It's thick, but it is undoubtedly a New England. That's why I questioned it originally. It has a subtle hops to it, which most New Englands do. More of that juiciness doesn't dry your palate out like a West Coast does. But this has a little weird thickness. Like I had mentioned, a tongue coating quality. And that's the only way I can describe it, that is distinct from other New England IPAs.
Good thing you said IPA there, because you were talking about girthiness, coats the tongue and stuff
Definitely
like that.
Not.
If somebody would have just
taken
that soundbite, and that soundbite was like a minute 15.
Definitely don't take that soundbite
for
anything other than what it is.
It could have been. No one would have known that was a beer.
No one would have known. That's true. But that's the case.
You could have
for
been
so
talking
many
about
things.
someone special from New England.
That's true. Or someone named New England.
Yeah.
Anyway.
With an apostrophe.
Yeah. I forgot to mention it in the can that says "Where is she?" on the can. I'm not sure what that means.
Batman.
It's like,
by the way, where is she?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, like Batman with Christian Bale, the second one.
Yeah. So let me look at the
Where
can because
he's going through the where Two-Face is kind of created.
Yeah.
And he's wondering which of the two locations his girl's in and which one Harvey Dent's in.
Yep.
Great part of the movie. That whole movie's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. Yeah.
That second Batman is a masterpiece. We all agree on that.
Might be the best movie done, of this century.
Yeah, I would say that's really, if not the, then close to the.
Yeah. I
don't know what would overtake that. And the lore that comes with it because of Heath Ledger and his death. But I think that that thick, what is it? I don't even know. It's just, there's something about this beer that makes it less desirable. And I think enough time's passed in all of our conversing that the peach is not affecting it anymore.
As I'm drinking the peach.
I am at, man, I'm going to give this beer a 3.25. Only because I don't think its identity is strong enough to remember.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad beer. It just isn't. I wouldn't select this as my best double New England.
It's going to be forgettable.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing. So this is going to be the hallmark because when we both had Personal Space over a month ago, I think it was episode 340. So it's been a couple. 240, yeah. Both of us gave that a 3.75, and I purchased these both at the same time. Those are both IPAs, different.
That's a trippa.
But different veins, if you will.
Yeah.
The interesting thing with this is the hallmark of this beer. The good thing is it doesn't taste like an 8.6. It hides the alcohol.
Yeah,
very
that's
well.
true. I didn't mention that.
It's very subtle with that. But again, I'm not a New England guy, so I want some of that zest, some of that pop, some of that flavor, or whatever. This is just a solid, drinkable, approachable. I mean, at
approachable.
You could do some damage on this. This is like you're getting together with the guys and gals for a weekend. You're at the cabin or whatever, and you just want to have a ho hum, but have a good time and bring some street cred. I've said this about a few beers before. This is right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you're going to have the quantity being a pint can. Sorry, Stacy. And that's going to be the best part. After that, though, it's going to be a rather forgettable beer.
Yeah.
And I put Anchorage on a pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
And the last two times that we've had it, we've been sub 4 both.
Yeah.
Collectively on it. So that's the unfortunate thing because now I'm beginning to doubt myself. Does it need to be more of a one-off, like a barley wine or something like that, more of a hallmark rather than
the highs are high.
Yeah, the highs are high, but it's not. They don't have the infallibility to us that a Three Floyds does, that a Toppling Goliath does, that a 450 does. So it's interesting to have those swings like that, but be represented by a higher price point. So again, 3.5, it's going to be forgettable if I didn't have the spreadsheet, if I didn't have the Personal Space, if I didn't hand GT a Personal Space here 45 minutes ago when we started this review. But at 3.5, I remember liking the Personal Space better just because I could reference the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Can art's amazing, though. Keep it up, Anchorage.
It is, and I like the dark, but not dark metal. It's a matte finish. It's not a glossy finish.
Yeah.
Gloss is way too done. And the interesting thing that I want to conclude this with is last week we put a question in it. It wasn't the question that tripped the algorithm because we put a question in last week's episode.
It wasn't a question.
It wasn't a question. And it was quick because it happened in the first 2 hours. I think after that, if you take the views after the first, I don't know if it just tripped.
Could it be the thumbnail? Because it was just you.
Yeah, no, I'm not that good looking. I would never. There's no way it's me.
What was it? Could it maybe the time?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it was just great because that last episode I did, it's in the top 5 of our most viewed episodes of all time, and it's only been out a couple of weeks.
Guess Who's Back is a good question though.
Maybe because it timed with the NSYNC return.
Ooh, maybe.
Guess Who's Back?
And you kind of look like Lance Bass. Just kidding.
I did. By the way, their Hot Ones episode, because I like bringing other people up. Mm-hmm. The host goes, I forget his name, and I watch Hot Ones. It's one of the few things I subscribe to outside the Brew Crew podcast.
Yeah,
and
please
he goes, I've got questions for you. And Lance times. He goes, yeah, that's it. All right. Yes, I am gay.
Very funny. Yeah, good delivery.
It was awesome timing.
That's great. Hot Ones is awesome. He does, and he gets to the core. Did you? I don't know who it was. It was one of the female rappers.
Did she have long nails and was it very recent?
Very recent.
It wasn't.
And
It wasn't.
She was talking about history, and
she was very well read.
Great answer. I was like, I actually have. She's won me over. Not that she was trying to win me over, but I was like, now I like this person. She was interested in. It's not Nicki Minaj. It's like her. It's like the antithesis.
It's not. I don't. Is it Cardi? It's not Cardi B, right?
I don't know. This is why it's bad.
I hate how they organize.
So she was on Hot Ones, whoever this was, and you'll find it, I'm sure. Yeah. And she was just talking about how she loves World War II and she loves to study World War II, and she actually backed it up with some actual lessons or facts about World War II that she enjoys learning about. And I was just like, man, how impressive is this? That's what she's into. And I think that the Hot Ones person has also...
All right, it was Cardi B.
It was Cardi B. She's just awesome. And she, or the Hot Ones guy, he gets into some pretty deep topics with some of these people.
He goes below surface level. He doesn't take the low-hanging fruit, and he gets lauded every time. People are like, you really did your research.
He's not
and they have a skeleton
not bought
crew.
By the record label. He's not doing this for the commercialism. He's like actually asking real questions, which makes Hot Ones different.
Yep.
Because at first I was like, Hot Ones, this is dumb.
Because now the spin-off on Hot Ones is your death meal. So now they get people and they're like, this is the last thing you're going to eat and we're going to kill you. Like a lot of states do, like when they put prisoners on death row, you still get a last meal request. But there's a bunch of big people that have done that. So like I've thought about like a spin-off, like you can only have 3 beers or whatever, and then for the rest of your life, like these are your 3 drinks or whatever.
I like that idea. The 1 beer for the rest of your life. What is it? That's a hard one.
And then just sit there and
just talk about it.
Yeah, and talk about it. That's Have we ever asked that? We've asked a lot of the beer drinking questions, and a couple of the notes I was writing, because I want to get to stuff next week, is one of the podcasts I was listening to, they were talking about, they did a Century Club, and they misquoted it, or they poured differently. Their Century Club was 9.5 beers. So they must be using different shot glasses, because our Power Hour is 7.25.
Yeah.
And that's recognized by the people at Guinness and the people at the Statues of Weight and Limits. So it's interesting that 40 minutes more would only get them, so I think they underperformed. But their law for the Century Club is you can't leave the table. So, and they call it 9.5.
So 100 minutes and you can't pee.
Well, you can't leave the table.
Right.
You can do whatever.
Why would you leave the table?
Yeah. You could just pee yourself.
Other than when you brought some nice pizza rolls down.
Yep. So
do that. Got to have that pre-production.
That's. I mean, I have to remember. I promise you, Juggalos, I've got something.
He's got something.
An idea for 250.
An idea for 250, and that will lead us to next week. But this episode was 249, and I think we've got a nice succinct. Short podcast there. Now, no extra topics were discussed. Just beer.
We really put it together. Like we kept it just to beer.
Yep.
And nothing else.
Yep. I think that's what the people wanted. They didn't want all that extra chatter.
No.
And that's what we're giving you here on the Brew Crew podcast. And that's what you got in episode 249. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. Alerts. Is that what people say?
Yeah.
Press the alerts so that you get alerts when we post new episodes.
Yeah, we've been getting, pretty much on time for this, but that's all I got to say. JT, take us home.
That's it. Episode 249. Bye.